party, they for can talk about things where they happen. How we on sweet jazz alone, I know we we let for do them bad things them. We they feel most alone, I know we yard. Famul, this na you yard. Once a plenty taking. So the one they will subscribe to we channel and we don't like, comment and share with video. And we want to say plenty thank you. So una will get the patience for go na YouTube, WhatsApp, Facebook, click with video them. Burn una credit for support we watch with video them. Who tell una plenty thank you. If you just to join me today, we want to say do ya press the subscribe button and then you press the notification bell. So anytime we post the video, you will be amongst the first people then we go get with video then.
Yes, subscribe. You always the watch we program them, but you not subscribe yet to the channel. All wait you get for do, press this red subscribe button and then you come over here and press this bell. So the bell option, press this one with all. It don't done. It no get for cost you anything. When you do this, na sign for show say you dey support we for make we do more. Thank you for we don't help we for share this program. Yeah, God bless you.
Hello and good evening again to we good people inside of one big family house where
Wait. I feel say we say hello, you na sing you and sing safe. Is that music down there?
And then say me na matches automatis.
Hello, His Excellency. We ready for battle.
Congratulations.
No congratulations. Hey, whether you congratulate or you not congratulate or hey, it don't be done. We move. In fact, you know so get big things every day. Anyway, you know say we not in at the same side. You know to because me auntie, me uncle, not to you auntie, uncle. So I the wonder now.
What you wonder for? Now people wonder. We not go ever dey the same side.
Family.
Because you family members them na evil for this country. Na evil them. But anyway, me people them not to shembe be aka for can talk to na una me good people them as I always say now na can for can talk to. I always tell una say shembe be we could check more. We could check. Go and cousin. You know.
But you don't need for check because of course it clear.
Adi, I don't kill for talk to yourself back. I don't know wait up. I give you small attention. You know say you na like your auntie. You like attention.
Yeah, attention. You know say na so na day. And not for you too. Logo.
Anyway, me people as I say, not to share me I can for can talk to now. Una me good people I can for can talk to. Well. We always can tell una say we can get plenty things them for bring come to now, but not for plenty be the matter. But again, very important things them we una need forget from we can always they bring to una. Well, of course, me people we get a big question today. Where we the ask with people them. When he left to you, how you get for look at him, and he left to you waiting and now you answer. Of course, me people that we all be know, but the filo when a cherno, the African Express, where it come on pa Shembepie auntie when a Fatima Bio, where other people they call first lady, but now me must not heavy for call them that name. Well, of course, me people them. ACC be the investigator. They won't pick in Ben Kelfala. I mean, Ben Kelfala, Kiateka Bio, and Fatima Bio. They pick where they put na anti-corruption for can add corruption inside we are doing a Mama Saloon. Be they investigate Fatima on a case where it is squander plenty salon couple according to the African Express and the proof. Where African Express can put.
So before you say it's plenty money, why you not say they accuse them? Because na false life business, dandy.
Anyway, we don't see bank details them everything. But as still they go now, me people them. Well, what don't come out from Anti-Corruption Commission say, from there you picking Ben Kelfala say, in mama, in mama, we talk to him papa for put an anti-corruption. Say, there no see no case against Fatima. All the accused, where the accuser say, he thief plenty, salon copper, when are we on taxpayers' money? Ben Kelfala say, Fatima, not if nothing. Well, it left to you. What do you think about this? We come up from Anti-Corruption Commission.
Babu, are you? Me and me auntie, we get the same style. me auntie na characteristics. I get all kind of style for now. We move the year of waiting. Ignore.com. Anyway, before we go to that day, let me go quick into another issue. A lot talk about light business. One good citizen, well, I don't know if I'm a good citizen, one concerned citizen, decide for do audio and then he share this picture where we put together and make video. But I'm not going to tell you saying that today this thing happened, yeah? But the bottom line now it happened. And listen to them after that, and we'll come talk about them quick. We'll come back just now.
Good day to all Sierra Leoneans, at home and abroad, especially the one that we did in Sierra Leone. Me, a concerned citizen. And I see this picture there, we are showing us so, the one way they up and the one way they down. Now, it's a property. And me, we they talk to you, so me, a consumer. I they pay my electricity bills every month because now prepaid at use. From where they go install meter, now me said property na Wilkinson Road. They don't install this meter as we done. I don't top up lights no day. So I be fit to see now the meter na get problem. So I begin for call back na Falcon Bridge na the meter section. Immediately they respond and come, a team come. When I can check, they say no to the meter, not the pole. So then I go back na Falcon Bridge and make a report, which I did. I go back na Falcon Bridge, I make a report and standby. All south for make a report and make them. They say then they come. For the past 3 weeks, I don't even make a report, call 672 when I know the number. They say then they come. Up to the time when they make this video and so they not come. Later on, I get for explain to somebody, and I get for tell me say unless you give them money because for certain reasons. Now I say me not go give them money. So as I talk, this polo in this is onto the metal polo, and the wooden pole, the black one. Now they see get corrosion or carbon, so they need for clean them before ever lights go kind of my premises. I don't do all kind thing. I don't go all kind way. I don't talk all kind talk. They don't agree for them. So now I decide now for use the media now and send this picture, make it go viral. Make it know say now they work this of EDSA or NP. When they done, they say 24 hours light. When they call them for respond to consumer services and call, they know they do them. Then the second picture for now for making I go zoom them, then I go see clearly say now the wooden pole now in get the problem and not the metal pole. So if any other person get a problem like this or instead they facing this kind of a problem, please make a share and at the media and at this group, let go viral, let people know say EDSA, they know the treat the consumer properly with respect. Then they treat it like for say we not a citizen of Sierra Leone and we are citizen of Sierra Leone and we pay with bills prepaid. Up till now, as I talk to you now, so as this video, this audio message they go out, then still no go na the places now Wilkins Road for go clear the faults. Then finally, blackout B or rain be they come about 3 or 4 days ago. All of a sudden, the lights go off. The next day morning now therefore make to know say then say they go thief the copper cable at the substation by Cockrell. Since then, real area don't plunge into blackouts. So this now the problem we will encounter now na Wilkins Road. Feel free for share. Thank you very much. God bless everybody.
Well, my people, now in that too, as una self don't hear for una self, waiting this customer to Elsa can say for the light business we're in the facing. Well, of course, me people, this don't start not to today. It don't with this they happen. This country all day, what we call Mama Salon. Now then you they pay for your service. And then the people who are responsible for that service where you they pay for. When you get a breakdown, when you call them, they can give numbers them say, whenever you get a breakdown, call them for make them come try for amend the problem where you get. Guess what, me people when you call them, then they pay them for month for what you call them for good do, but you need for pay them back. Failing to pay, they don't ever respond to your problem where you get now your host. Wait till the try for talk. As this we brother they try for explain me people now it gets emitter, we it top up, it gets in light, it gets cable problem. It try for call, it just sound like where they say they call emergency for can't respond to you because now they your service. You know, no, ESA not the do. And people don't they report about the things they are, but I feel say the people are waiting for take step against their workers they will put in the various places there, they not get time because they all know what's the deeper, they're all the inside one basket. So we really don't know what's they go on our yard, we really don't know how we are they go. Now some of the things there are people they talk, with other people that they come and say, then they sabotage the government. But this not gets nothing to do with sabotage because this way are the talks so today, not even now it begin. If we don't begin as I say before this time. So we really don't know waiting they happen.
Most of you where they watch right now, so you know exactly what they talk. If even the line, the cable from the pole to your house or on a street, it gets problem. Let's say like a spark, especially now that we're in rain season, a spark, breeze touch them or so. It get problem. If una no go and settle some of the workman them na that Falcon Bridge, then not they can for can attend to una business. Pass no more every day, God bless una be una call them, they come. But from one, when you know one sure understand, they will begin tell you say this not day, cable no day, this no day. Now then they put away and say cable no day, must know what you for do no more now. Pass una mobilize. So at the end of the day, pass una gather. It depends by the kind of street una day. Una gather, una go meet now, una settle and then come the next day for can make them. This na the corruption we don't they go on now that Falcon Bridge today, tomorrow, yesterday, and I don't know more now. If this government go put end to that day, but this like way Ben Kelfala can say na systemic problem. A day inside the system and nothing we don't live na the from the NPA to the whatever equivalent ETSA, okay? It don't always dey na that system day. We just open pray say one day that system day will get for change, okay? Okay, so we move. We go to another issue now. And let me go quick one. Now the issue of I call am. By the way, good news. Me uncle on travel. Yes, me uncle travel.
Baby, I left for the disappoint yourself. You uncle in travel and not get aid and not get tail.
Nobody travel.
You know the dry, you know the drop.
Me uncle day.
So, left for the fake jubilation, please.
Me uncle day. Eh?
Me much heavy.
No, but wait, I think I will call and so me uncle travel. And not travel?
You uncle don't go out for collect per diem.
Okay. That's now what you get for say. Me waiting me know, and no say me uncle travel. Yeah? So now they no more me the end, me uncle travel. Okay. So, let's tell una ya, me people them, I wanna they talk to. Me uncle go na Ghana. He go Ghana. Wetin me uncle go do na Ghana? Me uncle go discuss about things them where they go on at the region, where they make problem they always dey na the region. He go ECOWAS. Huh?
You dey optic. You dey alatif. Continue.
Okay. So if that be the case, we move anyway. Let no get you for member. If that be the case, La just tell una exactly waiting at the exact thing, yeah, where me uncle go do na Ghana. The exact thing where go do na Accra, you need for know that one day. Okay? Because we uncle it's just the kicking game. The kicking game big time. You know? How the former caretaker the travel na so instead of the travel and they pan competition. Anyway, let's see. Let's read exactly wetin me uncle go do na Ghana. Let's read exactly wetin me uncle go do Ghana. Because una need for know certain things them where me uncle can go out for go do. Okay? So let's read for una. And you have the scene away. So follow me, huh? Read with me. All right. His Excellency Dr. Julius Fatima Bio, President of the Republic of Sierra Leone, depart Sierra Leone today, Friday, 18th June 2021 for Accra, Ghana to attend the 59th Ordinary Session of the Authority of ECOWAS Head of State and Government. His Excellency, the President is expected to address the Authority of ECOWAS Heads of State and Government on security. What's you laugh, Pamela? Now, my uncle in laugh. Okay, sorry. ECOWAS Head of State and Government on security threats affecting the region, among others. His Excellency.
Hold on. Please underline the word security threat.
Affecting, not forget them. Government on security threat affecting. Let's continue. His Excellency the President will return to Sierra Leone on Sunday, 20th June 2021. We mean say they come back just now, just go short patrol normal. Okay? So now, let me go back. Thank God you did see exactly waiting there at the screen. So person not go say, na so you say, na so I say. You don't see? But I get concerned. Me uncle, he left we yard. Now this then they say, you dirty in your yard, you go pull dirty in other person in your yard. I'm your uncle self, sorry. I'm your uncle. What you want to say now? La left and give.
You the optic, you the alatif.
What that they mean? Me uncle, where he camp and security business, it dey on top. Where he camp and unifying the country, it dey on top. So yes, people and they admire him all over the world.
Of course, people they admire him. You host Dotty, you dey go talk case na other man host about Dotty. You want to pick, you know you will control him. You dey gossip, but another man picking say he not get control. You not able to settle your own problem. You dey go sit up and think them. We concern that kind of thing. Me people them. Me family them. You know the kind of caretaker who get hypocrite to the highest level. I always they say this. I know they regret for talkam. I know they even mistake for talkam. If we own caretaker, they talk say they go sit down on the conference about security threat. Could you imagine, me people? You will listen. You will watch on a screen, or you will be don't read them before we bring them up to you. What do you really think say we caretaker they up to? Me, I believe say just take flights for let get by them because
then get one word they can say. Now then something in then one day week you want do bad, then one day they look then and say, do as I say, don't do as I do. Continue.
I do. Like any pastor.
And not just any pastor, because now then pastor way one for the do bad na corner, then they come where they want kitchen and say do as I say.
All the fake pastors, like fake caretaker.
Okay, logo.
Yeah. So many people if caretaker they do thinks them. We get for do about security. You know, even they hesitate for do them. You know, even care what you come up behind that. If they do them with confidence, if they do them with, you know, I don't know the words they were for even put becoming certain thing they want to caretaker they do. When I can even sit down for talk at the lost of words because
Okay.
it dey pain me
You see you.
and it dey mourn me.
You see
One
you.
kind way I'm not able to understand. Somebody like we caretaker, now in they go sit down, they go discuss about
Okay, wait,
anything
wait,
wey
wait,
concern
wait.
security.
Sometimes the way they talk about my uncle, you get for be neutral. Way they talk. Okay, let's ask you this question. Who na me uncle caretaker in mentor? Musuveni.
Museveni, the other power caretaker.
Yeah, we don't sit down a power almost. Yeah, the tell way caretaker, big caretaker inside we had. Who na the first person where he go take advice to?
Now, well, the dream that the caretaker, the dream say, you can't behave like Museveni, you can't turn dictator. The roots are under brother, the chair all the mover.
By the way, if you don't know that na Museveni, the Uganda caretaker, where him Bobby Wine been get issue, you understand eh? You get on there, where he bully Bobby Wine say he arrest and pass anybody with a blood arrest. You understand eh? So now in we caretaker, a mentor, the tell way it become caretaker, na the first person and the way go visit. Hey, I'm your uncle self, I saw you. Yes, talk. Now you same one soon. I no kill for talk about my uncle.
Hey, God. Let God help we had. But with this kind of caretaker, God not give you pause in it, we will take care of this land. God not give you pause in it, we even know how to take care of
You
this
see the
land.
problem. Now this I can get problem with you. You know my uncle we been talking that day say let God give you person we get the country at heart. Let God give you person we go make the country
But
move.
I just the buttress on Ion statement. I make I say let God give we somebody a caretaker we able to take care of we. Because in talk and declare already say he not able now make it pray say make God give we caretaker will get this country at heart.
Bible here stop. Now my uncle stop at the mistake. I don't know why I they go with you in
So
this
since me the
discussion.
mistake, since me the mistake,
No, me the mistake.
when you and your uncle, waiting you feel say important on this conference where you go, where all the things that when they go sit down talk, now they in there do double to
So
win
the
citizens.
importance
Yeah.
of this particular conference now for discuss about security. All waiting
No,
they
the
go wrong
importance is
na the
to get
region.
the per diem.
All waiting they go wrong na the region where they go wrong. They want for put stop to that one day. Well, we get serious things them for tell the international community, especially ECOWAS, you know, because plenty things then don't happen where we want for tell them, like the Paremba rule, like the Tombo, like the Makeni, like the Lonsai, like the Maboka, like the Kailaun, like the we get plenty things for tell the international community. And interestingly, we can handle them very well. We want them for copy from we.
Because I think guys are on serious, honestly. You know me, some of them there, if for fine, make them just collect the per diem, then go silently, then go do it till they come back, they can't sit down. Rather than for the put them kind of Ethiopia, they make, but because God can expose them because now people like Papi show small thing way happen. You know, this government, now social media government, they don't come for rule, they come for rule the social media. So whatever little thing they do, then they bring on a social media, begin to paste them on different platform them. Now it can disgrace them. But I think they're not even, I don't know that they advise to caretaker.
Let me tell you something. You they make na true. Somebody say I don't begin sell out me uncle. You they make her they sell out me uncle. Because some talk then the way they talk, na true you can talk baby, but I know wale they know. You understand it? But no make me uncle know. You get bad pattern. Okay, sorry about that day. So I get for defend me uncle to the best of my ability. Now that make me the sit down here. Please.
I know. I know.
So you get for respect yourself as much as I respect you.
100% respect.
Thank you. God bless you. But this it really serious, eh? ECOWAS head of state. For go discuss waiting, security. Things the way they make the region know they get some security threats. Anyway, my uncle can Sunday. But wait to was it nah some money now go put in bank account?
But yourself.
Waiting about yourself, wait I talk.
Hey, but say I just ask, I say but yourself.
So what if I'm not talking it, why make you say for about yourself?
Oh man, not all like your uncle.
No. No, now una kind me uncle lek for deal with
You
una
are
kind.
you are haunts me now like your uncle.
Now una kind me uncle lek. You know remember how we threaten Faja Bio na Guinea? That small minister in assistant we tell and say una the sabotage the government na una kind we uncle lek. You remember? Now una kind we uncle lek.
Shembepe, I really want. I think the advice where they advise your uncle no good. I don't know if you can volunteer and do that. For begin do that anyway. I will let you take that responsibility there, honestly, because the advisor where you care your uncle gets are not feeling good or they able to talk to. I think say since your uncle are a dictator now already, whether they can face him, they don't able get. They know they will tell them the truth. Now you could go this way. So at least now your uncle, I really want to step up your game for the talk to us.
Anything where una talk, APC they stay in opposition for the next 30 years.
I know.
So but wait, who that care if APC stay in opposition for 50 years? We waiting
So
you go on wrong na ya. Waiting you go on wrong na ya now with the talk. I don't care about who that day. Waiting you do good with the talker, you do bad with the talker.
With who's caretaker where you feel say now they make any opposition party sit down they wait for 30 years. Who's caretaker that day?
It left to the people oh. Now the people get for vote. If the people ready for vote, it's fine. If they're not ready for vote, it's fine. This one I'm on day. Now the people get for vote. The people.
One look like a million.
Now my uncle at the talk what? What do you think?
You that Chinese products.
Ah well, I beg.
You know that.
If it's a go come up here, my uncle. Look at you, like you.
But your uncle are made in China.
So you are made in this side.
That's what look at off it.
What it?
I say uncle are made in China and a black t-shirt. As she broke it off it, you no guarantee.
Okay, boom. Tell you thanking. Anyway, if we did together, we move.
We fly to the higher heights.
Okay. So now we can go something they actually they go on our yard with regards I don't know how they call this thing. Hold on.
Wait till on fashion. Let come on.
I dey tell you.
I think the thing a lot talk about your uncle. Will they talk?
This not to my uncle no more. Okay. Alive, anything that you get forget, time for do anything. So let's see something. If you work, okay. If you not work again, you not work. You not work.
Will you go to and dry dog? Na capella.
Okay, I think it makes sense for low goats and that way there.
A cappella, if you don't appear, we go to a cappella.
Okay, it makes sense. But in life, you get for fan shortcuts to anything. You understand it? We want angle now. Huh?
If we did to the shortcut.
Yes, well, now see if the way they. But by the way, you know about the I call that thing in our yard right now, eh? Yes, shortcuts day.
The COVID.
Wait, something wrong with this guy.
The makeup COVID now we had.
Are you sabi? Wait, brother, this is not funny. The thing not the cow.
Money not in door, so one fair replacement. So that money they can't share back.
For sure.
Money not they short him. Put the count COVID back.
Now so it don't look like Now so it don't look like.
We are again here.
Okay, great. You see, all the French shortcut to the other thing. See how the thing make? But anything shortcut there. Don't forget about that day. Okay, now let's see. I want to tell you about the latest rules and regulation about reords. Yeah. From yesterday. Now this thing come up. Fine. Now read small bit, yeah. Let's just read it on top. Then say NACOVAC wishes to inform the general public that Sierra Leone is currently witnessing a third wave of the COVID-19 pandemic. This assessment has been informed by the WHO alerts as well as a thorough examination of the epidemiological data, particularly for the last 1 month, which strongly indicates not only exponential rise in COVID-19 confirmed cases, but also increased positivity rates, hospitalization, and death. We are further informed by available data that a significant number of positive cases are from sample obtained from patients in health facilities. Hey God. Yeah, these are predominantly in the western area. Okay, I think now the thing now. So look what they say. The mandatory wearing of face mask in all public places and transport. No mask, no entry. Social distancing and hand washing, alcohol-based and sanitizer used to be observed in all public places. Okay, services in public in places of worship shall not exceed 90 minutes. So okay, I'll come to that in the land of worship. With full enforcement of face mask, social distancing, and hand washing. Okay, so basically I think this thing they don't bring low talk and shortcut. They don't bring all the thing and come back. All them thing the way they don't pull, where they be lift temporarily, they don't bring all back. Starting from Tuesday, the 22nd June 2021, government ministries, listen this one, government ministries, departments and agencies will only be accessed by employees and members of the public with proof of at least 1 dose of COVID-19 vaccination. Full dose vaccination is highly recommended. So if you not do you COVID test, no, well not to test, you vaccine, you know they ever go inside public building, inside the government ministries, agency and departments. You understand?
Yeah, that's for understand.
So if you not do COVID test, sorry, if I not to test, that's not the mistake. If you not do COVID, how you call that thing there? Vaccine. You know they go there. You know they go na none of them public building there. They don't allow you. Okay. And we very strict with regards this. National sports. Of course, they don't put old. They like their National Sports Authority designated activities and okay, all the football where they go on, they do the day behind closed door, and then not only the footballer and official them, and then they forget proof of vaccination before they allow them na the place outside they go for play. Yeah. Social gathering, including wedding, funeral, reception, naming ceremony, and the like should not exceed 50 people. With mandatory face mask, wearing social distancing and hand washing, use of local sanitizer. Now, not blaming me. Okay, I think now the things then these entertainment activities them like them super spreader event, a ban like them club and other things then. Ah, good. Government and private health facility to incorporate COVID-19 screening for cases matching case definition for COVID-19. Okay, so now then they begin to now they all then center them, then they begin to screening for them now. all the health facility them. Media is encouraged to run sustained COVID-19 preventive messages, okay? MDAs and NGOs similarly, okay, then say for the do that the age for vaccination, then they revise them now to 30 years and a total of 8 waiting static sites now open. Okay, they don't get to side and they do 8 static sites, permanent site outside and they do them when they're not to movable. Western area mobile vaccination sites are deployed in the strategic location. Residents are urged to take full advantage of the existing vaccine. Okay, I think saying that I think that information and they simple.
Salon today, my people, not to salon yesterday.
If you want to say.
My boy, I'm not going to stop me for talk with you and talk.
I stop you, bet.
The only thing I want to say is we can understand the money will be kind inside, we don't use them. So at least we need other one. Who say the COVID starts, they not get third phase. But who say me like we had no more. Now we first begin cure COVID-19. And the one no now get the doctors there. We first men corona patients. So if we get third phase, we know the doubts. We used to. Yeah? We really used to. Anyway, the accounts not empty. We need more. So we don't get third phase from the people. Third phase don't come back. We now help we for men this sick. Now so say.
Okay, so tomorrow we count the details to you. We left this thing, but we count the details for you. Now we done the reggae. We just don't find out something. We get for do it the state of emergency and the election. You don't tell what they tell you about this. All thing don't finalize now. And the government gets one paid civil society organization where they work on something for them. But now they are the stop. We can with that one day tomorrow and now the big issue of the day. The election and the state of emergency. Yeah? Now the big issue for tomorrow. All the things they don't do, the evidence they don't do. All done there already. So now tomorrow, you go join me tomorrow talk about that. Yeah? This me government here, we serious. We dey on top of the game. We dey kick camp now. APC we not seen that yet. Anyway, if we did together, we move.
We fly.
Okay, so now we can go now inside the issue of corruption. Corruption. You do so. Corruption.
They're not bad full it.
Yeah. Pap and bowl. Okay. Okay, so let we begin with this thing quickly. Oh my God. Something they wrong today. You be member then days then day. And maybe I'll take this break quick. Yeah. Something they way one form per way. Let's just take this break quickly. Come back just now.
Can't talk about things when they happen. Are we on sweet yard salon? I know we let we let for do them bad things them. When they feel most alone, I know we yard. Famul, this na you yard. Once a plenty thank you. So the one that will subscribe to the channel and we don't like, comment and share with video. And we want to say plenty thank you to una we get the patience for go na YouTube, WhatsApp, Facebook, click with video them. Burn una credit For support we watch, we video them. Who tell you plenty thinking. If you just join me today, we want to say, do ya? Press the subscribe button and then you press the notification bell. So anytime we post the video, you will be amongst the first people then we go get with video them.
Yes, subscribe. You always the watch we program them, but you not subscribe yet to the channel. All wait till you get.
So, all right, one for say very so. Oh my god. One for say sorry for that. But still, we continue with the rest of the program. Okay. Now we dey go now and see waiting exactly they happen. We dey see now exactly waiting they happen. Now let me begin go BNBN and see waiting they happen. When the Africanist press begin for cause noise span corruption business inside we yard. Waiting and waiting be happen. Let we see the confusion where it been begin for cause. We come back just now.
So we try to examine the new patterns of democratization, basically in Africa, and that include the management of resources, the structural arrangements of governance, and the quality of governance generally. So that within this scope, 90 Sierra Leone project, fall in place. But the investigation at Sierra Leone again lasts for 14 months of looking at public finance management, especially so if you remember when we get the transition in April 2018, the government passed two executive orders. Executive order number 1, we talk about revenue mobilization, domestic revenue mobilization, and then executive order number 2, we talk about fiscal control measures. And these, they in line with waiting the new government within our power now talk about in the new direction manifesto and all of that. So we're going to try to track public expenditure under the Bio regime for see how the conduct of the government also they in line with the manifesto promises where the government make. So these publications basically they interrogate the promises of the government based on the manifesto promises where they make. And if you look, then they talk about they don't even assess themselves and say they don't deliver on a number of those manifestos. So we try as an organization to see, okay, on the question of economic management of the resources, public finances, whether this government actually committed to corruption, and the pronouncement of the government, both in the manifesto before the kind of power and then performance over this period of 3 years, whether exactly the public pronouncements match the actual performance.
Where would I tell people that money come from? The office of the First Lady is not part of a government institution. In Sierra Leone, I've been blessed that my husband actually got me my own office where I can wake up in the morning and go to work and come home so that we separate our home from office.
Where we publish, for example, the office of the First Lady saying that the office of the First Lady received an illegal budgetary allocation of $3 million, the equivalent of $3 million in less than 3 years. The office of the First Lady come out, the First Lady come out and say, yes, he received the money, and he begin to justify. So basically, there has never been any of the publications running up to almost a year now by the Africanist press in which any of these officials deny the authenticity of the publications. What they have been trying to do is to rationalize, or justify their action. And the rationalization either for say this has been how they meter in the case of salaries, they say to APC leper. Okay? But they forgot that they promised a departure from the old ways of doing things.
Now, would you feel say go pay the bill? When you want to let the world know who you are, when you want to let the world know what your country stand for, when you want to let the world know, say yes, you young government and the country where you dey under, the president where you dey under, that president he believe in gender equality. You have to do something for make the world know. So yes, I use that money towards that because all them people and the way them for come to this country, now somebody there for foot them bill. Anytime another First Lady invites me for Ghana in country, now in they buy me tickets. Now in they buy me PA in ticket, he buy me security then ticket, he buy me media people in ticket, now then can buy the ticket. So when then they come to me, the same thing applies. I buy them tickets. And when they come, now me they host them, now me call them na me country, I get for pay them hotel bill. So just in case, if you don't know, now that one day, I had over 32 guests within the sub-region wey come for the Hands Off Our Girls campaign, wey come for can launch am for me. And they all be supposed for fly can na Sierra Leone. They know they waka. Not to say that they just come out na the room, they waka go, they reach na Sierra Leone. Now plane get for bring the car. So I have to pay their airfare. And when you come up and down one day, when they reach na your country, now you get for feed them. Now you get for put them in a hotel. Who that they do that one day? Who say if it's a the puller? Now the state get for pay for them.
Office of the First Lady. Yeah? Under normal circumstances, they should not even audit the office of the First Lady. They only audit offices, public offices,
right,
and offices that belong to the government of Sierra Leone.
Constitutionally recognized offices.
Yes, yes. And if there is any office that they gave government money that is not a recognized office of the government of Sierra Leone, instead of them auditing that office, they should simply ask the office to refund the money. So let us say Samuel has a company.
Right.
Do you want to say the Minister of Finance has the right to expend government money to your company when it is not part of the offices of the government of Sierra Leone? No. So the same applies with the office of the First Lady. So what the Auditor General and the Audit Service Sierra Leone should have done is just to ask the office to refund the money that was given. Instead of auditing you are wasting government resources to even go in further to audit office that should not be audited.
Well, the people them una don't listen. But no problem. We dey come into this wire later. In the same corruption fight, as it been begin where Francis Ben Kelfala be begin blunder. Una know we listen. The first blunder where Francis Ben Kelfala begin for do, where we know say not to so bad thing depa.
Sometime in late November, we received information that rice that was donated by China to Sierra Leone was being repackaged in a warehouse in Waterloo and resold to the public. We went in, carried out our investigations as fairly as possible. We were able to arrest a lady called Zainab Binta Kamara, which was the index arrest. The arrest that created the link to determine what really happened with this rice. Our investigation was able to establish that indeed this rice was part of rice that was initially donated to the Ministry of Agriculture by the Chinese. After the donation of this rice by the Chinese government to the people of Sierra Leone, the government, in various cabinet discussions and meetings, decided that the rice should be sent to the Ministry of Education, for the Ministry of Education to apply it for school feeding projects, for the school feeding program, which is part of the free quality education, so that children can eat and be nutritious whilst they learn, and so that it removes the pressure from parents who cannot afford to give their children lunch, so that the children can be sufficiently nourished whilst they pursue the free quality education. Now, it turned out that despite this commitment, despite this directive that came from no less a person but His Excellency the President of Sierra Leone, who was very clear in cabinet, because we have the cabinet minutes, we have the cabinet conclusions and everything. The President made it very clear there that he did not want anybody in his government having to do anything with this rice. But the rice was supposed to be given to the partners of the Ministry of Basic Education, secondary, how do we call it?
Basic education.
Basic education, so that they can apply it to school feeding projects. But the Ministry of Basic Education already had partners, WFP, JAM, and other institutions that were responsible for carrying out the school feeding project as an auxiliary to the free quality education, which the Ministry of Education was already embarking on. Somehow down the line, after the transfer processes took place between the Ministry of Agriculture and the Ministry of Education, the rice was now in the control of the Ministry of Education, basic education. And it turned out that the distribution system of this rice did not go according to what the president had directed in cabinet, to what was concluded in cabinet. As a matter of fact, the Ministry of Basic Education, which did not at the time, and I believe up to now, have the capacity to distribute this rice, to engage in school feeding program, the officials there decided on their own to distribute the rice. The distribution process itself was seriously flawed. The rice fell in the hands of the wrong people, who dealt with it in ways that are scandalous. You will find out, for example, that the permanent secretary, Mr. Commander, took this rice to Bond. After taking it there, instead of it, firstly, let's understand this. The rice, first of all, was not meant for the ministry to engage in school feeding program with it. But they did. Let's assume after they did, they could have done things properly as planned. Probably would not be here. But what happened after they decided to embark on taking this rice to the distribution places, or the places where they felt it should be taken, is even more problematic than we thought. So initially we did the preliminary investigations to understand what happened. We sent our team of investigators right across the country. There is no village that rice was supposed to be distributed that we did not go to. We found out that in several places, the rice did not reach the destination that it was planned to go to. We also found out that there are even schools which were listed that were not supposed to have been listed because they do not exist. And this, I must say, was not done taking into consideration anybody's tribe or region or where you come from, what language you speak. It did not consider what party you belong to. We practically just went after the evidence. Based on that, the ACC, I have proceeded to prefer indictment against the following persons. 1. Alpha Usman Timbo, Minister of Labor and former Minister of Education, who at the time of the distribution of this rice was Minister of Education. We have also preferred indictment against Madam Emily Kadiatu Gogra, who is the Deputy Minister. We have preferred indictment against Charles Tom Commander, who is the Permanent Secretary. We have also preferred indictment against Mamusu Masakoi, who was the head of nutrition, the director of nutrition in the Ministry of Basic and Senior Education. Lastly, we have preferred indictment against Zainab Binta Kamara, who was the initial person who was in fact responsible for us knowing that the rice has fallen into the wrong hands. In that regard, 15 counts indictment have been preferred. Alpha Usman Timbo, Kadiatu Gogra, Charles Tom Commander, and Mamusu Masakoi have been charged with misappropriation of public property contrary to Section 36(1) of the Anti-Corruption Act 2008, as amended.
What thing happened to the Chinese rice? You know the reason why they insist on Chinese rice? For me, now the biggest symbol down there of the lack of independence of the ACC when they reach a certain point. I don't know if you understand which are they talk. The ACC then can function very well. They can take teacher, then go parade them around cutting tree, then can go and finally then they get a boku money from there with the tea fine. But when they touch some kind of area, it tell like say the ACC they become powerless.
Like whose kind of area they so Mr. Bright?
This Chinese race. Me, I know they go far away from this Chinese race until they tell me exactly what's happened to 49,000 bags. Then not can we go, then they turn me to play cook. Can we go na court? Pull me, sack this person, this and that. Then they put all the person them back in their position. Then what's happened to the 49,000 yen? For me, I insist on that's now one of the signal, the indicators for sure you say the ACC, even if they want for work safe, when they reach a certain point, they're not able to do nothing.
You're happy for talk about the rest, eh? But I shall say also don't read the which I will like say judgment from the courts, right? And it is what it is with regards to within the judgment say.
Of course, me people now you don't hear issue, but it's still not up there. This thing, it get BB Grege. I mean, the commissioner where they put for we now man they play a lip show because this don't pass reggae. Well, now can listen again. Who said them be asked a question for say if corruption take place. Now the big offices, the meaning the people who get position for be a commissioner. If corruption take place, now they own offices them waiting again for do. Una listen to the explanation.
Important one is the perception of the people of Sierra Leone when it comes to the fight against corruption. I think they inherit a fight whereby the people who are supposed to be the most important warriors in the fight not being believed very much. Say there is seriousness in the fight against corruption, and I think say that a challenge when we get, and I want to work and assure the people of Sierra Leone for join me for change their perception, for make them believe, and I know they ask them for believing what they do based on coming to the radio, for example, and just talking. I want to let them judge me by my actions them over the next 1, 2, 3 months. Then we'll see say this is a serious fight, and if the government continue for support me as they have started, I think say we will able to change that particular perception there within a matter of weeks, if not weeks, but it will be in months, but less than 3 months. And once we able to do that, the fight against corruption will be better because the people are useful. They can get confidence for report corruption and corrupt practices. They can get confidence in the system where they try them, so that they will able to come forward with issues there. Without them, the fight against corruption will be very difficult to do.
We talk about the perception of Sierra Leoneans on the fight against corruption. Women say people are not done to radiate for join the commission and other people for fight corruption as alone. Waiting a union strategy we carry it because we don't hear about different strategy them for fight corruption. For example, the pay no bribe campaign where they give corporate to anybody we go report corruption offense them, but still people not willing according to you for fight corruption. What you plan for do for let's Sierra Leone and take up ownership on the fight against corruption?
Well, like as Bidon say, the first thing is to back up words with action. He promised the people of Sierra Leone say they get for see people them we corrupt turn into models of corruption by standing and being prosecuted in court, so they can point to them to say, yes, it did, this happened, and I can assure you say this is going to happen on a scale that has never been seen before. And I also make sure say I engage them. We get a very vibrant public education department at the commission, the directors and deputy directors and their staff. We therefore make sure say they expand the scope of operation. We therefore expand the pay no bribe campaign. We been supported by DFID, but they don't reduce the funding, and we try for get government for take ownership of them and support we in that. So attacking the perception of the people has begun by the declaration of war on corruption. The next thing is to see that real examples are set, and that is exactly what we are going to do. One key area of that fight therefore be the anti-corruption court we will therefore set up. We will engage in such a way that it will be accessible to the press. People then go able to see what thing exactly they happen at that court. We strengthen the prosecutors them. We hope now for able to build the capacity by bringing in more prosecutors. People then we go join the one they already did it for CC cases then happen faster and better over a shorter period of time. So the moment we begin do all them things the day, or we continue for do all them things the day, I think say the public will realize say this is no longer the shadow boxing, but it's real fight against corruption.
From your words and that of the president, you can always say we defeat corruption. You get for each a time corruption go fight back. How prepared Mr. Kaifala for ensure say no matter challenges where corruption throw at you, go stand firm and deliver on your words them. We don't get to salon people and say we they lead the war for fight corruption.
I think they are physically, mentally, and emotionally prepared for this job. And I know it's a dangerous one. It gets more dangerous when you start delivering on the things you are saying. I think it even becomes more dangerous when you start going closer to the people who appointed you. But one thing I assure the people of Sierra Leone is that the fight against corruption is going to be fair but fierce. So I am not going to look at my mandate now for investigate past, present and future corruption. I am going to focus on that. And I don't want to know whether the person involved was an ex-government official or a present government official or a future government official. My mandate is to investigate past, present and future corruption. I'm going to do that at any time when I think say in practicable for me I can able to do that.
And there must be no sacred cows. So I encourage all Sierra Leoneans to join me to fight corruption. This is just the beginning.
The people lie to us. The government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they will not do. I said we tired with their lies. We tired with their promises that left us to all our damages. We tired with that speech they preach indeed, and now unique they deceive us. The thing we saw, it frustrate us. So why can't you lie? Why can't you steal? Why can't you allow the citizens to beef? You see, we just tell you that why we voted you. But you fool us, you screw us, you use us and later on abuse us. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. The people fool us, the people lie to us, the government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they will not do corrupt. No one to trust. My people, no one to hope on.
Well, of course, my people that don't hear it, we don't see for ourselves. Now, this always speaking say we know they talk for person. Now, with you talk. Now we can play and we talk on top waiting you say. You know, with the talk of corruption. Of course, we tell you just now waiting on the happen now we had. Well, the first videos them will play that the videos them way Fatima Bio been come and pull. Not so we talk for an I talk. The one it come and tell we say a NGO, a so-called answer of our girls, even concern government at the first video we'll play. At the end of the day, he come and pull another video say, Usai, we the salon people expect for pull couple or for responsible for people we invite for can launch a so-called answer of our girls. Now only the government, the food responsibility. Well, of course, I think yesterday I mentioned something like this now we program. The same first lady now we don't tell we this answer of our girls. It is out of government hands. At the end of the day, come back tell we say in just the face no more. Well, this all for make we try for no more the side with them people here and the mission with them come for them people and also as there with people them. Now look as them. Them come for can drag. We all know, we know the history. We know how they come inside. And caretaker self we don't tell we say if you don't see until as a caretaker no know how it be stand for make the SLP take up power. So all that things that they, when you want a biography of Fatima Bio, to waiting until we say now so he do for make SLP become na power, he don't identify himself already who that him be. He left to you now for Georgia. But he already don't identify himself saying as somebody will corrupt like he begin like he corrupt the crowd, because when he begin the statement of how he try for the SLP become a power, he don't definitely tell you how corrupt he is. Anyway, my brother, since my uncle, I left you over there.
I think he don't tell you again.
Let point at time. Point straight.
No, I know they talk about my uncle. Sorry about that. I will disappoint you. But if you don't tell me inside our town hall meeting, say everybody corrupt. He said we all corrupt. So people then say, I go talk for me. So a clear say a corrupt. He don't talk him. Let's look at what Ben Kelfala been say. I just want to take one word. Ben Kelfala be don't talk him say a very dangerous, especially where you go near to the one them way give you position. A talk him, you don't listen for yourself, and it's clear. Yeah, we don't see all of that in there. We not will labor on that day because of that one day. Let we see how dangerous it be really for go inside the case of the one that will give you job. So this make we go straight to Fatima in issue where be happen this BNTM about 4 months ago. Yeah, let's listen or watch waiting. Let's just read quick. Let we see waiting be happen 4 months ago. When the issue of Fatima Bio come up, the African Express and then Anti-Corruption Commission been said and they look into that day, but they not come up with word quickly too. Until when Fatima NSSF come and say, if you want to investigate me, begin investigate from Siakroma. Immediately when that happen, we be don't play them for una way be don't day with we long term una be don't hear that day, but you will not come yet, we be don't play them. We not being joined with it. If you don't tell we say, if you want to investigate, we go back and watch Siakroma. Indeed, now that's exactly ACC come and do. Check for one of the program where we say busted. ACC, take directives from First Lady. It did only. You go see that day. So we see them come and talk, say, okay, yes, now true, say this and this, we look into them, but we get for look back into Siakroma, then just compare notes. Go on. Now the Ministry of Finance come back and defend. Now we say, well done. I say the Ministry of Finance don't influence the outcome of Anti-Corruption Commission. You been feel say we sit there, we talk, we just talk because we want for talk. Sometimes we dey talk because of waiting we don't see and the document we don't see or waiting and the pass with. So we tell you now, so fund that program there again, yeah, where we say Ministry of Finance influence the outcome of ACC. Watch, you go know say we been don't talk am. And then come and tell we say all waiting the happen not to so. So straight off, thing where they investigate. If you put more inside it, number one, you don't tamper out things them. Number two, in don't come and tell we ahead say now this now the things we get for be the outcome. Talk and go, talk and come. Now we see so. Let me see what the Anti-Corruption say. The public may recall that on 9th February 2021, the Anti-Corruption Commission, ACC, in a press release confirmed that, last if you did for you on the screen. Yeah. That it had commenced probing into the office of the First Lady in regard of the payment and expenditure of public funds by the said office following allegations of illegal access to public funds by holders of the said conventional office in Sierra Leone in recent years, including the current First Lady. The Commission wishes to inform the general public that it has concluded the probe and hereby confirms the following. Number one, First Lady, conclusion of the probe established that the office of First Lady is not established by any specific law, but has been recognized and accepted as a conventional office within the governance architecture of Sierra Leone and had accordingly been accorded avenues to access public funds, including travel per diems, projects, and official responsibilities like state dinners and entertainment for over 20 years. This is established by the fact that the Accountant General's Department confirmed resources allocation to the said office and its accounts and expenditure were duly audited in 2019 by the Audit Service Sierra Leone as part of the audit process for ministries, departments, and agencies of state. That number 3, that our records confirm that billions of leones had been received by the said office for travel, medical, and other attendant costs in each of the past 14 years, and that the travels were verified and confirmed to have been within the established government policy of access to the said funds. That the office of the First Lady had been engaged in charity works and the provision of targeted support to the various occupants of the office of the President with regards identified and specific projects for the past 14 years. And public funds were used to effect those support and projects, including the Women's Initiative for Safer Health, WISH, BedNet project by First Lady Mrs. Siania Makuruma, former, with support from the Ministry of Social Welfare, Gender and Children's Affairs, and the Hands of Our Girls campaign by First Lady Mrs. Fatima Bio, with support from the Ministry of Gender and Children's Affairs. Okay, let's read the second part of this particular thing. Yes, let's just read the second part of with respect to specific payments made by to First Lady Mrs. Fatima Bio, the Commission confirms that it was done in compliance with Section 39 of the Public Financial Management Act 2016 that gives the state authority to expend state funds to unallocated aid of expenditure to a certain threshold to necessary public causes in the interest of the public, and that the said allocation were confirmed to the exercise of the discretion provided by law to the Minister of Finance. That other issues of expenditure, including prudential financial management, procurement issues with interface between charitable donation to the said office with public fund, etc., will be dealt with within the framework of the Auditor General's reports 2019, and we will be giving due deference to those recommendations and act on them accordingly. So let's look at the last in the conclusion and say, based on the above and upon analyzing the records of account, official approval document, and the legal and regulatory framework concerning payments made to the office of the First Lady since 2007 to date, we hereby confirm that there is not at this stage any criminal responsibility in the process of payment to the expenditure relating to the office of the First Lady, and the probe has been accordingly closed by the ACC, while the issue pertaining to the audit recommendation have been referred to Prevention Department of the Commission for follow-up. Okay, so let's just engage. So basically, this is not the thing, yeah. Attempt for say something with regards this. Now the case done. We be no say na so you get for day. We not be the expect say anything will come out of this case, because from the onset we know say na Fatima they determine waiting ACC they look into. Yeah, from the onset it be very clear to we, and we be don't prove them to you. We be always done the following. Now let me look at the last part. Then say the issue of the audit service. Yeah, in as much as Fatima used plenty billions of leons where they're not able for account for, where they're not able for show how they use them, then say then go work with Fatima, that the way be don't go where they don't use to let be saying a charity in above case, but now then they work with them in the prevention department for make sure say that kind of thing they not waiting. We they talk about over 300 billion. Or over 30 billion, for example, sorry, 30 billion where we dey talk about we country money 30 billion then say that in a jebu let them just forget about that day no more. They're not dey look into that kind of case day. Yeah, let we left that day and then we go try for prevent and let it not happen again. But we not like me. I'm not surprised. Let's take the word of me uncle. I'm not surprised. I be no say get for happen. You know why? Because audit service they under parliament directly. But when audit service catch parliament, anti-corruption use the same word say, then not they do anything instead of they protect them. So imagine almost billions of leons, all the money we all lost inside the audit report of 2019 all na Jebu boss case. Waiting anti-corruption they do they prevent them for the next tele not happen again. But all this. Then say innocent of the law is no excuse. But this not to innocent. This thing not to today audit begin looking to them things there. Every government will command them. No say when they use government money then for account for them. So not to excuse for say no we will work with them. There not be no parliament of all no but we be no say when you see anti-corruption talk this. And if you go into a program, yeah, also we talk about this influence again, you go no say we be don't talk about them. We be no say that I don't know if that is to sort my go then say baraka siga baraka fa and go and come. If you for done for me, I for done for you. Because parliament, anti-corruption and the government don't for done for them, they not indict nobody. So of course, parliament get for done for them. Now the reason this way make them be they always call the Ministry of Finance for go explain but the first lady they not ever go. Because they tell them now say if wait you and wait you the after. We don't left on free. Wait happen. Una pull mouth for this case now. Now in parliament see them they set them out boom. Now na so it don't be. We money in all na charity, all na jebu, na faife. Where you see they use them, then faint part and see they use them. Pass them kind tell you say okay we know still don't use them but they prevent them for the other thing. But one thing we me know, I dey talk again because not to me na the people them where they vote, not to me get for determine the outcome of 2023. But I go tell you this: if government change 2023, and not change 2023. Wetin me know anytime we government change 30 billion not they go for nothing. Fatima they be accountable for that day. And my uncle Mother Bio they be accountable for all of them things then day. That they me know that one day. Yeah? So let we look forward for waiting they happen next time. Because all them jebuya not to free and not possible. That deposit where they don't go make out of the country anytime and not they go free. Mark my word. I left you for talk, my brother.
I not get much for say about this. I just want we people them where they argue, we people them where they come at we people them where they feel say we cannot bet full before we consider for talk certain things them. Make necessary hearing and see waiting they go on. You don't talk them all. Now we don't sit down tell people and say we tell the people them say now so this case get for end. But one thing but we had if you know hold that long task bill, where they call Tasabia, you bread matter, you be giving them more in my business, we talk something and not they believe. Waiting we be talking now, it don't end so today. And the biggest part of the thing where some man not able to understand, as what he just talk, first lady when a Fatima, not to even dictate for Ben Kelfala, and they use the word say in a command in the past. Because if you can reflect your mind back, like what my brother say, whenever they want come at them for investigate them about the accusation where they give say, it take plenty couple. He pass command to Ben Kelfala say, make Francis Ben Kelfala when the commissioner go begin investigate the former first lady when Sia Nyama Kuruma. And indeed, anti-corruption come out and pull word, say, then they investigate. God, we had on dog. We just pray. Make God, how God take them, bring the evil people there in front of we. Make God take them back for pulling evil people there. If not to that, me and you don't suffer. We don't suffer, not be small. Now command this woman, they command, and not only anti-corruption. Now so it happen at the court. Now so it happen at the police stations them. Now so it happen all the side the officer law they not left them people for be neutral. All the people where they point, now they don't bother them, with them feel say that they work under their command. Now I make you find out say you as an opposition, no mistake get case na court you they go down. Or you dey go lose the case, you pay plenty couple. You as an opposition, no mistake, get case na CID, na you back then they go lock. Except na you na the complainant, wallahi, na you then they go lock. The accused person, as long as in a SLPP, it go free. I not get much for talk about that with people that just that wait you be talk, it don't be today. So would I be facing a bedful can that talk? You self don't believe say yes, it happened.
Normally, waiting we can do, we can talk to you based on waiting we see and try to analyze them and waiting we don't put we eye or yeri we yes no yeri we bring and come to you. If you take them, you put them and you die. In the future, they say them they happen. All of them things there, and I could not bother for talk about because we don't talk about them. We not saying that the outcome this, so we not get anything for say. But let's tell you that the way you need for take. Serious and put an diary. First of all, make a date with you tomorrow, and join me for the election talk. Tomorrow, an election special, where they can tell you all things where you need for know about the plans for the 2023 election. Okay, waiting. The APC girl to the SLPP game, I don't know. But anyway, I know say tomorrow one special plan day where you need for know about, and that could shock you. But when we don't dilute them, you find one, then by the end of the day, you know say you don't need for shock for anything, okay? So if you get the time, join me tomorrow again, and make sure say you listen to every word where they come out of any person in monts. Yeah? So join me tomorrow, this same time inside we program. We are on YouTube and Facebook. But you will watch, please hit for the like button. Thank you very much. And you will don't give it thumbs down. Thank you very much. We appreciate you. And you will don't share. We say thank you very much. You will don't leave your comments. Thank you very much. We appreciate you now so much.
Well, of course, me people that just want for join me, brother, for say una plenty. Thank you for all the tune that they do for push this channel before both YouTube and Facebook. Until we meet again tomorrow on the next edition. Mind you, no miss a more because tomorrow your topic is very, very important for you. When tomorrow you didn't know when the election they take place or they decide for push up. Land not open me much too much. Me brother don't win care by me.
No, because not win care because tomorrow now they determine how the election talek. You know, the face of people in the country, now the 2023 election, they determine them. Whether sufferness get for reduce or sufferness get for continue. 2023. So if you want to know all things about the election, join me tomorrow inside our program. You know, say we get things them. We know they make up, we know they talk. We they bring come, waiting then talk. Now they bring come to you back. Until we meet again, my name is Mbepi.
And me, Nababure. Now stay blessed.
The people lie to us. The government betray us. They betray us so much. I said they lie. The people fool us so. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they will not go. I said we tired with their lies. We tired with their promises that led us to a lot of damages. We tired with that speech they preach indeed, and now unique they deceive us. The thing we saw, it frustrate us. So why can't you lie? Why can't you steal? Why can't you allow the citizens to breathe? You see, we just tell you that why we voted you. But you fool us. You screw us, you use us and later on abuse us. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They betray us so much. I said they lie. The people fool us so. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they will not go corrupt. No one to trust. My people no one to hope on. Nobody. My hope that I have been broken. telling you, brother. So where are the schools? Where are the roads? Where are the jobs that they say they could afford? But they're too selfish. The people tired with their rhetoric. People tired, they tired. You see the reason why we ask why the government betray. They have enough of time, but yeah, then stay they delay. People suffer. No work for people crying for hunger. Look at. Your vision and your mission, your intention to the nation. They poor. You got nothing to show. Nothing. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. They lie. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They betray us so much. I said they lie. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they go knock the corrupt. We tired with their promises that left us to all our damages. We tired with that speech they preach indeed, and now unique they deceive us. The thing we saw, it frustrate us. So why can you lie? Why can you steal? Why can you allow the citizens to grieve? You see, we just tell you that why we vote you. But you fool us. You screw us, you use us and little on abuse us. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask.